All right. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another live stream. Apologies for that. We had a few technical issues and a little bit of wet hair. So we fixed the technical issues, but not the wet hair. But that's okay. How are we all doing today, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another live stream right here. We've got a little bit of volatility today, which we're going to be going through. So if you are excited for this one, do me a favor and smash up those likes for another walk and treadmill live stream, bumping this up to 3.5 kilometers. Fuck it, maybe we start jogging on this stream. Get Bitcoin pumping again. How are we all doing today, ladies and gents? Thank you all for tuning in. As you are coming in, do me a favor and smash up those likes. Double check that you are subscribed. Let's pump those likes up to kick this live stream off. And as usual, please give me an audio-visual check. Can you hear me okay and can you see me okay? Please do let me know. What have we got in the live chat? Who's in the stream today? Take a look at this Bitcoin price action today, ladies and gents. I just made a bullish video talking about how I'm loving this consolidation, but Bitcoin was like, nope, not today, bro. And we have fallen down to our $67,000 price of support, price area of support. Actually, we didn't quite get there. We went to 68K. This is the chart that I want to focus on. So we didn't actually get down to our zone of support yet. So we're going to be talking about that in this live stream. Pardon me. Ladies and gents, as you are coming in, smash up those likes for this live stream. This is the third session where I'm live with you guys today. And believe me when I'm telling you that I've had technical issues. Those of you that know me personally, you'll know a little bit about it. Let's see who we've got in the live chat today. Darren Kirby, what even just happened? We're going to go into that. I think it's long liquidations, potentially. There's a couple different explanations. We'll go into it in a second. They did this the last bull run. Huge dump and then blast off from 01 V Dizzle. That's a very interesting observation. We'll talk about that in just a second. Seth Walker, dump coin at it again. Seth Walker perceiving Bitcoin as dump coin. How do we feel about that in the live chat today? Pablo Campolo saying it seems that it has stopped. Maybe the dump has stopped from Pablo in the live chat. What do we think, ladies and gents? Do we think the dump has stopped? Let me know in the live chat. I'm going to go into my analysis in just a second. Once again, we got 500 viewers in here. If you can't smash up the likes when you're coming in, that would be sick. If you can't, don't want to, that's totally fine. It's happening to many things. The S&P 500, NASDAQ, NVIDIA. Okay, well, that tells you it's not a Bitcoin thing then, so that's good. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 for comparison on the 1 minute time frame. And this happened, how many minutes ago did this start? This started 40 minutes ago. And for Bitcoin, when did the dump start? It started 2 hours ago for Bitcoin. In fact, in the last 40 minutes, in the last 40 minutes, it intensified a lot. It did intensify a lot. So, great observation there, Darren. I think that actually shines a lot of light on what we're looking at here. So we're going to go into that momentarily in this live stream as well. When Crypto Kirby holds his L? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Who else have we got in the live chat today? Shout out to everyone tuning in, smashing up those likes. Looks up for the sky falling. All is well here. Options are expiring. When you spend your DCA the day before the dump, it's all good, man. That's why it's a DCA. Is this a top from Night City Music? I don't think so. I certainly don't think so. But we will go into it in this live stream today. Life as a trader, calling me Jason Casper. There we go. Yeah, I did get this idea from Jason Casper. He clearly knows what he's doing. Don't sleep on the likes. There we go. Thank you very much for that comment, dude. All right, ladies and gents, let's kick this off. And let's talk about what's actually happened here. So, if we take a look at this on the hourly, Bitcoin was holding up really well, consolidating at its resistance zone, but we did get this spike up here when we actually pushed above the resistance zone, and that seemed to be the one thing that made the market very upset. Now, one of the reasons we know it made the market very upset is that Bitcoin's dominance shot up. Look at this here. Bitcoin's dominance was like, yep, we're going. We don't want to hold these alts right now. Look at Matic, for example, against the dollar here. Absolutely smashed, mate. I mean, just from this local, and that's a very, very local top, down to this low, that's a 13% drop. 13%, ladies and gents. Absolutely crazy. Solana, you know, from its comparative dump, also down by 9% here. Ethereum down by 5%. Ethereum against Bitcoin, again, we're measuring highs to lows, down by 2.7. And Bitcoin, from this drop here is a 2.7. From this drop here is a 4% drop. So we are seeing a decent pullback here. And the first thing that we have to do when we look at this kind of price action is acknowledge where our support levels are. That's the most important first thing to be looking at, in my opinion, because your support levels will determine generally where the market will stop dumping. And the thing is Bitcoin doesn't have support over here. Now, we do have some local levels that you can make arguments for, like literally the price level we're at right now, bang on $69,000. In fact, I need to give this price level a little bit more credit because this was actually Bitcoin's previous all-time high from back in 2021. So obviously that's going to have some weight on the market. And I think that's why we're actually kind of here now. Because obviously, if we really zoom in and take a look at this dump, a lot of this dump actually happened, within just a few minutes, right? I mean, the dump action is very, very quick. So this is clearly some recovery. We had a couple of questions in the live chat about, is this going to continue? Are we looking at, this being the beginning of a bigger move, or are we done now? Is it pausing? We're going to talk about that. But, just in short, based off what I'm seeing right now, this definitely has a lot of potential to continue for a couple different reasons. I think the first key reason is, just look at this price action on the screen. This is quite clear consolidation behavior, where you drop down and then you kind of recover it up a little bit and then you drop down again, right? And you form that kind of staircase, in this case to hell instead of staircase to heaven. Obviously, you can do it in the opposite direction where you trend up really nicely. You pull off something a little bit like this and then you continue up, and this is your staircase to heaven. So, we definitely form it in both directions. We've already done it, just to point this out. This is very much something that Bitcoin loves to do. Trend down. If you fight that trend a little bit, trend down. Fight that trend a little bit, and down. And then very, very small fight. And then we're down, right? So you see it across varying different time frames, various different shapes and sizes. But the bottom line is that you are potentially looking at a situation here where this thing could continue to slide lower. How worried am I? Not really that worried. This is clearly just a $2,000 drop. And I'll be honest with you guys, ladies and gents, for that reason, I don't even think it's worth being live. It's literally just a minor correction at the moment. It could get a hell of a lot worse, but and I'll talk to you about that. But I don't want you guys to feel like you have to be watching this, or that you have to be looking at your Twitter, looking at what the YouTubers have to say. I'm here for you. Don't worry. But don't feel obligated. If you got shit to do, you got to pick up the kids from school or whatever it is. Don't stop on my account. Put it in the background. But yeah, for me, the reason I just can't bring myself to feel worried at all about this is because, we haven't fallen down to our key area of support yet. Our key area of support, according to my analysis, is going to be that $67,000 price level. And anything above that, we still haven't even hit our crucial area of support. This is very, very good support for so many different reasons. I think one of the key ones that I was talking about in the most recent video was, if you do take a look at when we lost this area until when we got back above this area, it was a 36-day time frame, which is quite long considering that this is 100 days of price action only. I say only, it's a lot, but 36 out of that is a lot. It's, that's enough to win an election if you're in the West, which is so fucking sad. Oh my god, it's so sad. But yeah, it's a lot. And we have got pretty nasty rejections coming off this price level, right? Take a look at some of these rejections here. This one obviously taking Bitcoin even below our 60K zone, but then also flipping into support, right? So beautifully validated, I think, support level as far as I'm concerned. Definitely a key level that I'd like to see Bitcoin returning down to if we are in a correction. But I would want this level to hold, and if it does hold and if we do drop down to it, then what we are still doing, I think quite clearly, is we're basically just forming one of these classic parallel channels. So, a parallel channel at a resistance zone is just not something that I personally can be scared of. You know, as we know, resistance is resistance and support is support, and it's one of the most common themes that we actually discuss on this YouTube channel, so it's not something which is lost on me or that I'm ignoring in the slightest. But at the very same time, you know, consolidation at those levels is obviously something which I think is quite bullish for the market, and one of the key reasons that I actually make that point with you guys on this channel is because if you are getting consolidation at a resistance level, or if you're getting consolidation at a support level, then what that's actually telling you is that resistance is not working, or support is not working. And if support is not working, you're going to lose it. If resistance is not working, you're going to break out through it. And you know, so we obviously had that on a smaller time frame up here in the $71,000 area, but we also have that on a larger time frame, right? If we zoom out and we look at this on, you know, for example, the daily time, and I was talking about this in my most recent video. I was like, the only thing I don't like about this chart is, you know, when you zoom out, it's got a kind of ugly daily setup. Shout out to those of you that already watched my most recent video. Let me know in the live chat if you watched that video, and shout out to those of you that are subscribed. We've got 1,000 viewers in this live stream so far. We are covering some phenomenal analysis. We are already about 10 minutes, a little bit more than that, through this live stream, and I have not shown you a single indicator yet. We are just going through pure, naked, live analysis on this chart, grounded stuff. Darren Kirby, shout out to Darren Kirby watching that previous video. We got Ken in the live chat, Josh. Shout out to those of you that did watch that most recent video, because we were talking about this, but I was obviously a little bit more bullish. Smash up those likes, ladies and gents. If you are just tuning into this live stream, thank you all very much for the phenomenal support. And I do want to highlight to you guys that I am running a very, very cool campaign with Blowfin with you guys. This is a completely no KYC exchange. There's not very many that exist these days. The ones that do are typically not exchanges you would want to put your money on. But Blowfin is super, super cool by the looks of it. And well worth taking a look at. And when you do start trading using this link, you're going to get up to 3.5K in bonuses. So that is super, super cool. Those of you that have signed up to Bybit using my link, if you haven't received a bonus yet, it's because you haven't started trading. So just while we're live, you can open a new tab, make any deposit you like. The bigger the better, obviously. You'll get bigger bonuses, and start trading, and you will get your bonuses credited into your account. So if you're signed up to Bybit with me and you're wondering why you don't have your bonus, then that's why. Bybit card available to those of you in Europe. Super, super cool. We'll come back to those in a bit, but super, super cool offers. Well worth doing that in the background. It'll only take you a couple of minutes, and we're right back here. So yeah, thank you all for smashing up those likes, ladies and gents. Really, really do appreciate the support here. Darren Kirby, no bounce here. Looks bad. Just a bear flag. I agree. I mean, ultra short term, you know, we haven't had a bounce yet. So I don't know. We're probably not going to get one. Typically, in my experience, you know, if you are going to get a bounce, you're going to get it pretty quickly. But again, if we zoom out, it's very clear where the support is, down at that 67K range, and we haven't actually even hit it yet. So I can't be too worried about it personally. What I did want to show you guys is, yeah, if we zoom out and let's say actually we just look at this on the 3-day, for example, you know, one thing that's very clear, and I might actually even need a new Bitcoin chart to prove this to you guys, because we got a lot of drawings now. But one thing that's very clear, I mean, look at this, guys. It's so damn clear, is that in this particular price range here, in this box, we had a lot of price action, and we can just stretch it out, and we're still in the same box now. So, you know, we're in a pretty good place as far as I'm concerned. You know, our main range basically spans this, you know, basically 60, 61K up to about 71. But this is where it looks like most of that price action has actually taken place. You know, and this is just consolidation at an all-time high. You know, what I was talking to you guys about in the previous video is that we've never traded for this long up in these kind of price ranges. I mean, you know, this is kind of the floor that we've been holding for quite some time. And that's like, you know, Bitcoin didn't even get here in the first half of 21. And in the second half of 21, Bitcoin was only here for a matter of a few days. I mean, you know, really not that long. You know, so I think Bitcoin is doing incredibly well now, actually holding up this high. And, you know, any small drop we can get here just can't shake me. You know, I said it quite loud and proud in my previous video. You know, we can fall as low as 30K, and I can't stop being bullish. You know, I mean, there's going to be things on different time frames that will make me bullish or bearish, but generally, you know, in terms of longer term things, and especially in terms of me actually selling my Bitcoin, none of that shit's going to happen, you know, until we get below 30K, if it even happens. And I don't think it would ever happen in Bitcoin's life again, but Who knows? Who knows, man? We fell below 20k, so anything is possible. But I think that this is a pretty good setup from that particular perspective. If we do look at this in terms of where our support is, actually, no, before we even do that, again, just sticking to that note of consolidating at resistance. Obviously we did pull this off back here in 2020. I'm actually going to put this back on the daily chart and show this to you like this. We're going to go ahead and choose this Bitcoin chart. And I'm just going to show you what happened back here in 2020. Obviously, Bitcoin set its all-time high here. This was the 2017 all-time high at $20,000. When we came up to it, we spent a lot of time kind of consolidating at that all-time high before we actually got the breakout. And now we are doing the same thing again, right? I mean, this was the previous all-time high, and we've basically just been consolidating largely under it, but also around it, which we didn't even do last time. And then it led to a breakout, which took Bitcoin up by a factor of 3.5x, right? So if the same thing were to happen now, what is that? $70,000 times 3.5. That would put us at $245,000. If we pull off the same move again, if we only do half of that, that still puts us at $122,000 if we only produce half of the breakout that we saw last time when we got above the all-time high. And the similarities are beautiful. I mean, we came off a ridiculously abysmal low. Check. That happened with that COVID crash. We rallied up into it. It was largely a straight line up. We didn't really even have any corrections other than time-based corrections. No real price-based corrections. So check. We did that today. This time as well in this cycle. So I think there's a lot of similarities that are quite easy to spot on this chart. And of course we made great work of it, So I think, that's why I'm starting this live stream off with this analysis. I've really got to, make sure that we're all staying grounded here on this live stream. Of course, that's why you're coming here. You don't want that sensationalist content. You really just want informative, grounded analysis on this market. And the first thing I have to say is that absolutely nothing has changed. This is still an incredibly healthy, very, very exciting, happy market as far as I'm concerned. Consolidation at all-time highs is exactly what we saw in the previous cycle, and it did work out very, very well for Bitcoin. So I think that's absolutely great. So I actually asked a little bit earlier on, where do we think this is going? Do we think that the market is going to be crashing, or if it's going to recover from here? And I'm very curious to know what you guys think. Let me see if I can find your comments in the live chat here. We've got quite a lot of activity, so that's absolutely amazing. And if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you do show it some love. Shout out to Valerie from Valenzuela. Maybe that means, how do you say it? Venezuela. Thank you very much for commenting. Already smashed the like. You legend. Thank you very much. Appreciate you going live from Jacob. Thank you very much, sir. Josh Sweeney smashing those likes. Amazing. Nicola. Hey, Sammy. Greeting from London. What's up, man? Shout out to my London viewers. Why am I gyrating? Why am I gyrating, guys? I'm on a little walking treadmill. I'm getting my steps in during this live stream. It's just something I like to do. It's not going to be to everyone's taste. So if you don't like it, sorry about that. I'm not going to stop for this one, though. I quite like it. Do I see the M on the daily with the inverse head and shoulders? Let me see if I see an M on the daily. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, there's definitely a very clear M. Look at that. We don't really like to say M patterns on this channel. But yeah, I mean, what it means is basically a double top. They're bearish patterns. They're very bearish patterns. And that's the thing, is I'm hearing some like bearish biases coming out of the woodworks now, but I really don't think now's the time. I mean, S&P 500's at an all-time high. Yes, it's seen a fucking small pullback, but like shit, are you really gonna fade this chart, bro? Like, I mean, look at this chart. We're at an all-time high, for fuck's sakes. It's just not something that I can be worried about myself. And because of that, I think Bitcoin is still probably going to be in quite a strong position until this changes, if it changes. So I can't, I see what you're saying with all these bearish ideas, and I'll definitely look at them as we continue on in this live stream, but I don't think it's that bad. Ian A, we have been in a parallel channel forever. Ian is gutted. Ian's talking about this sideways range we've been in for 100 days. I know it's boring, dude, but you know, we had it back here, and I don't know, you guys let me know in the live chat. If I told you way back here on the 15th of March 2023, if I told you this was right after I went long over here at the, like, yeah, right here, like 12th of March. I'm still in that long, by the way. I'll see if I can show it to you in this. Actually, I can't show it to you in this particular live stream, but you guys have all seen it. It's like 2,000% profit now. It's something stupid. I put in 100K. I've made way more than that in profit now. Absolutely insane. And it's the biggest percentage gain I think I've ever had as a trader, which is sick. Not the biggest dollar gain, unfortunately. But BT, props to you for walking while streaming. I love that. Yeah, you do, mate. Brilliant. I appreciate it. I think most of you guys will either not care or actually think it's cool. But some people are, you know, there's always going to be some people. But yeah, let's smash up those likes if you haven't done so already, ladies and gents. We got 1,100 viewers, 200 likes. Let's get that ratio even out. Get us up to about 500. That'd be sick. Maybe we cover some interesting charts that we haven't looked at in a while. Maybe you already know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. But let me know in the live chat if I told you on the 15th of March that you were going to see 7 months. This was 7 months. That you were going to see 7 months of sideways trading. But then at the end of it, I'm going to pay you. And whatever you have in crypto, I'm going to turn it from this low up to here, the all-time high. I'm going to turn it into something 3 times bigger. Not 2, but 3 times bigger, okay? You got 10K over here. I'm going to turn it into 30K for you. And all you have to do is wait 7 fucking months. If I told any traditional finance person that you got to wait 7 months and I'm going to triple your money, they would laugh me out the room. I was going to say that they would throw their money at my face and slap me around the face with it a couple of times first. But they won't even do that. They'll just laugh me out the room. They'll throw me out the window, if you know what that meme is. You know, in the boardroom. It ain't happening, ladies and gents. You're just not going to see it. Right? And so that was 7 months of price action going sideways, 220 days. So far, we're at 100 days. So only half. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, I mean, we're definitely kind of following in those footsteps where, you know, previously it was a long drawn out period of consolidation and it resulted in a nice breakout. I think we could be doing the same thing right now. Yes, it could be the opposite and we could be about to drop. That would still be bullish that would be way more bullish for Bitcoin because it means that we're actually coming down to lower price levels first. So that's the best thing Bitcoin can do. But even if it doesn't, just the fact that it has consolidated for 100 days in and of itself now, I think is actually very healthy for this market. I want to know what you guys would say. Would you guys take me up on that offer? Or would you think that that's not a great deal? Let's see what we're saying in the live chat today about that particular question. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's a take my money situation for Ian. Ian's saying take my money. Darren's saying I would take it. There you go. Yeah, I think most people would take it. It's just worth it. It's even though it's shit and it's annoying, it's just worth it. It's healthy, but it still hurts, dude. Damn right, dude. That's it. And I think it hurts more than price-based corrections. I think it hurts more than Bitcoin dropping because it's boring. And if there's anything worse than losing money for a crypto trader, it's being bored. I think losing money is more psychologically satisfying than just being patient. That's what I think. In tears on my toilet right now. God damn, Caesar's having a bad day. F in the chat for Caesar. Press F in the chat to show your respect for Caesar. He's crying on the toilet today, legends. I don't know what's going on. Must have been liquidated on Doge. Was there a major news why it dropped? It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter if there was news or whatever. Really doesn't matter. It's all just, you know, a bit of a reaction to being at an all-time high. You know, in a long time, when all of this stuff blows over and you've forgotten that this dump even happened, this is just going to look like another standard little correction of our resistance. So we got a lot of Fs in the chat showing some support for Caesar there. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. F in the chat for those people who didn't have liquidation buffers on their long positions from Heliums in the live chat. Thank you very much, Heliums. Doge is the future. Say it. Doge is the future. There we go. I don't believe it, but I said it for you, Kendall. The funny thing is I don't even need to worry about people like clipping my shit out of context now because AI exists. So that's just gonna happen to everybody moving forward. We're at 2,000 steps so far. That's sick. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit. It's a little bit distracting. And let's continue to go through the analysis because yeah, now we are about half an hour into this live stream, and I still haven't shown you any indicators. But this is also one of the key reasons that I'm just not worried. So, 4-hour Ichimoku cloud, we still haven't even hit it. You know, 4-hour EMA ribbon, we have lost it. Okay, but daily EMA ribbon, which is much more important. We haven't even hit it yet, right? So I think in terms of some of our most important support indicators, some of our most important support on this chart, we haven't actually even got down there yet, which means that, yeah, it's probably maybe a little bit bearish on the ultra short term, but if anything, it's a good thing, because if we lost those areas, then this would be a very different conversation. But we've got a really nice Fibonacci here of the entire trend, right here at the $67,000 price level. You know, we're not even close yet. You know, there's still another couple $1,000s from here until we even see that particular zone. Looks like that dump might be picking up again right now. Let's take a look at this because we have just lost this little trend line here, which I was just mentally kind of keeping track of. So we'll see if this turns into a more vicious dump on this live stream today. I do think that the market is potentially giving us another opportunity to go long off this $67,000 price level. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but my God, what a beautiful long level this is. This level here from the fib level to the high that we set was 5%. Again, you know, 10x leverage, nice and easy. What was this? Yeah, that's a 16% loss for 50% upside. I mean, you know, you cut, and even if you just closed it up here, that's still a 29% profit for a 16% potential loss. You got a 2-to-1 risk to reward. It's not great, but it's definitely very good, in my opinion, at least. The next time around off this fib level to the high that we set, that was a 68% profit if 10x leverage was applied on that entry there. And these are, you know, I think pretty obvious safe trades. They're about as good as a trade could get, really, at least in my opinion. You know, and it looks like that could be coming in now, which is super, super cool. Is it something I would trade at this stage? I don't know. I don't really take such short-term trades. It doesn't mean I think it's bad. I think it's actually really good. I just don't typically take them. But yeah, it does definitely look good. There's going to be a good number of other trading opportunities as well that are just about to open up. And like I said a little bit earlier on, you've got some phenomenal offers in the description below that like button. Ladies and gents, you do have the link to Blowfin in the description, which is a no KYC exchange. There's not very many these days, and the ones that are no KYC are typically shady as fuck. You don't want to put your money on them. Blowfin looks super, super cool, and definitely worth taking a look at. When you do start trading using any of my links below, you will get huge bonuses credited into your account. Bybit is giving you up to 30K. The more you deposit and trade, the more money you get. And it is free money that you can trade with, that you can withdraw the profits from. Absolutely sick. All you've got to do is start trading using these links. Super, super cool stuff. Definitely check it out. Like I said, Blowfin here, giving you that beautiful flexibility and some very, very nice bonuses here. They're not as generous as the other exchanges, but I think that's partially because they're better than the others. I don't think they're better than Bybit, but I think they're they have the potential to be the next best. So that's super, super cool. Definitely check them out with another tab while we are live on this stream here today. Nice. Gold is seriously down since the last few hours. What is going on? Let's take a look at gold. Gold's down by 3%. That is huge. From this high down to this low in a couple of days, it is down by 3%. That's a couple of hours, I'm sorry. Did I say? Well, no, that is a couple of days, is it? I can't tell. Hang on. Yeah, that's a couple of hours. My bad. Yeah, a couple of hours. And since the 20th of May, in about 2.5 weeks, gold has dropped by 6%. It's dropped by $150. So gold is dropping, the S&P 500 is dropping, speculative assets are dropping. Well, what's happening with the dollar? Not much. The dollar is up, but it's not crazy. It's not up like crazy. So yeah, maybe there was a bit of news. Let me just actually let me take a look at that with you all here on this live stream. Bear with while I pull this up. Let's just see if there's anything right here on Twitter that's worth taking a look at. If there's any news, anything people are talking about. Nothing crazy so far. Nothing crazy so far. Let's take a look at GME. I know that there's been a little bit of talk about GME recently, and especially Roaring Kitties himself. It's up by a little bit, and then down by a little bit. More XRP style price action. We're of course very, very familiar with this in the crypto space, but these boring stock traders, they're going through it for the first time here, which is fun. But yeah, I don't think there was a whole lot to say on this. Let's come back to Twitter here and see if there's anything. It doesn't look like there's anything in terms of news or reasonings for this. We'll take another look here at some news suppliers. And actually, just let's take a look at Coinalyze here. I was on the phone with a friend of mine. He mentioned open interest has shot up. So let's go ahead and take a look at open interest. Doesn't look like it has actually shot up. Maybe I'm looking at something different. I don't know if you guys can see this chart. There we go. Now you should be able to see it. And we're just going to bring this onto the... I'll put it on the 15-minute. And yeah, this drop kicks off. Yeah, open interest drops a little bit. So we got some positions closing. So yeah, that's longs closing. If we bring on the CVD... yeah, very, very clear from this angle that we saw a significant increase in shorts while positions were closing. So I'm going to try and level this with you so it makes sense. Basically, CoinGecko data breach. That's what it was, apparently, according to Mohammed in the live chat. Jobs report, ECB cut rates. You see, everyone's got a different reason. BlackRock sneezed. Everyone's got a different reason, but ultimately it's all bullshit. It's just a rejection of resistance. Okay, resistance is resistance and support is support. It's just a rejection of resistance. But yeah, there's a little, yeah, there's very clearly shorts opening here. And open interest closing a little bit, going down, which definitely indicates that just positions have closed. It's not even that shorts have opened, but that positions have closed. And obviously, if that's happening in the direction of shorts, it means that longs have closed. Okay, if that didn't make sense, then you probably just need to understand a bit more of the fundamentals of how longs and shorts actually work. But ultimately, I don't think it really even matters that much. So I wouldn't really even worry about it too much. If I were you. You can just take my word for it that this, well, don't take my word for it, but I think a lot of other people would agree that, yeah, this just represents longs closing. So maybe longs continue to get squeezed. We will talk about that in a bit, but, yeah, we had a 77 reading today, 78 yesterday. We're probably going to see this fear and greed index reset a little bit. Hopefully it resets a lot. I mean, the lower it goes, the better, because Bitcoin's price is still actually very high. So if we can see the index, the fear and greed index, drop down, then that's going to be a really good sign that the market is resetting, but at a higher level. And the more we see the market reset at higher levels, the more it actually paves that path for us to rise up significantly higher, which I think is absolutely great. So that is super, super cool. We got about 1,200 viewers in this live stream so far, ladies and gents. Thank you all for tuning in. Do me a favor and smash up those likes if you are enjoying this live stream so far. If you're finding it useful, entertaining in some way. I'm at 1.7 kilometers. If it's useful for you in any way, do me a favor and smash them up. Let's get this thing up to 500 likes at least. At least 500 likes, ladies and gents, for this live stream. I'm just trying to see how many steps I've done since we went live. Just bear with. I'm all about getting those steps in. 3,000 steps. There we go. We've just hit 3,000 steps. That is super, super cool. Yeah, just smashed through 300 likes. Of course, those of you that aren't already subscribed, what are you doing? We just went live immediately when the price action started, ladies and gents. Immediately. Immediately when Bitcoin dumped, we were live within 10 minutes. And what a shame it would be if you missed the next one just because you didn't click that juicy, what used to be red. If you didn't click that juicy red button, that subscribe button, and check that bell icon to make sure that you don't miss out on any notifications of these uploads and live streams. All right, you tuned into this one, you will not tune into the next one if you don't tell YouTube that you like this content. It's not a red button. It used to be. You guys remember when the subscribe button used to be red? It used to be red. It's not red anymore. But yeah. So I think, you know, from that perspective, we're still doing pretty well. Still looking really good. Next time, come before and warn us. I wish I could, dude. I wish I could. If I could, you know I would. You know I would. But yeah, there we go. I think, you know, that Fibonacci level really telling us that this is a very, very nice zone of support for Bitcoin. And again, we haven't even managed to get back down there yet. So, you know, I'm not too worried. We have had a couple of questions about, do I think Bitcoin will continue to slide lower from here? I think so. You know, it's kind of in the middle of a big range here. It's not even that big, but it's in the middle of a range. I can show this to you pretty clearly just with removing this fib, removing this line, and just pointing out to you that, you know, pretty much every time Bitcoin, I mean, this doesn't really count because this was smashing through the all-time high. But once we got that all-time high out of the way, you know, it was very quick up, very quick down, up, and then down, up, down. And then there were a couple of fake outs here, and then all the way up and all the way down, all the way up, and then all the way down and all the way up and all the way down. And, you know, we're not fully completing it, right? Like, sometimes we're overshooting it a little bit. Sometimes we're undershooting it a little bit. But broadly speaking, this is one of those price ranges where if you break above this line, you're going to the next one. And if you break below this one, you're going to the next one. You know, and so this is basically just one of those gaps here. This, like... Sorry, guys. This kind of... Oh, wow, I'm so bad at drawing. But, you know, this... this zone here, basically between 67 and 67 and 71, basically just an empty kind of liquidity gap here where the price just is able to very quickly travel up or down, and we're seeing that right in front of us right now. So I think that is definitely you know, still supporting Bitcoin here in terms of maybe moving up a little bit throughout the course of this remaining trading session here. So that's something which I would be urging those of you who are interested to just kind of keep a lookout for at this stage in the market here. Let's see what other questions we have here in the live chat. If we have any particular questions about Bitcoin, please do drop them in the live chat. It's great to see all of you on this live stream today. We've just hit 350 likes. That is absolutely amazing. We have got a lot of blood across the altcoin market. Look at this on Phantom. Wow. Look at that. I'm actually going to stop this treadmill now. That was 1.8 kilometers. I've just been walking a lot. I think I'm at like 15,000 steps today. Just got a bit tired. I shouldn't be getting tired at 15k steps, but 15k steps is a lot. That's like 3-4 hours, 3.5 hours of continuous walking. Maybe 3 hours. But yeah. Been to the gym today as well. Got a back day session in today. And I was a little bit under the weather. Anyway, my excuses don't matter. Let's take a look at Phantom. I want to see if there's any interesting trading opportunities here, because this could be pretty fun. Of course, Phantom is also available on Blowfin, linked in the description below, for you to trade and check out. You can trade it on Leverage as well. Super, super cool. On Bybit, linked at the very, very top, you can actually trade it for free. 0% spot trading fees if you just want to buy and sell altcoins, which is super cool. And you can actually hold anything you like and trade on leverage with Bybit with the UTA Unified Trading Accounts, which is super, super cool. You know, typically you only need to, you can only hold USDT and trade, but on Bybit you can hold anything you like if you have a unified account, so that's super cool. But yeah, this big drop is putting Phantom basically back in this range here in the 70-cent area. If we zoom out, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's only important based on recent price action from this year. Otherwise, you know, it's probably down to about the 56 cent area. And I think that's actually much more realistic. I think that, yeah, I mean, look, you've got this local zone right here on Phantom at about 63 cents, but if you're not, and this would be Bitcoin's 67K level, but if this does end up losing, then that would probably be, you know, 56 incoming after that. So I think that's worth looking at. I'm actually curious what the other biggest winners and losers are of today here. I think that's always something interesting because it's actually something that I like to do on days like this is I want to see what the biggest losers are because that will actually influence what I might want to trade next. You know, if there's a particular coin that's really getting decimated, then that's going to be something which actually gets my attention and it's something that I would be interested in trading. So we've got Blowfin up here, by the way. When you follow my link, it's going to take you to a page that looks a little bit different. You're going to be on this page here. You can see some of the bonuses that you get on this exchange here. They're relatively new. They're not white labeled, which is important. A lot of the exchanges that you see are actually white labeled from others. These guys built their own stuff, which is cool. It also makes them a hell of a lot more independent and safe from you know, vulnerabilities and stuff. Are we slightly worried? Hell no. Hell no. There is not a millimeter of worry here on this side of things. But if we do take a look at Blowfin here, here's the home page. And I just want to take a look at the markets up top over here. We're on the futures side here and just sort it by percent change. We've obviously got some gainers here today. They're very big on meme coins, by the way, Blowfin. Huge support for meme coins here. They're listing coins quite aggressively. But I just want to look at some of these biggest losers of today, and specifically the ones with the big volume, because, you know, just $2 million in volume is nothing. You can't do anything with that. But some of the bigger volume pairs, we got 262 volume here for Bohm. This could be interesting. It's down by 17% today. I'm just curious what that actually looks like here on this chart. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bohm. Don't know what Bohm is. Can't help you there, mate. But let's just see if I can find a better chart. Something which has some more price history. Is Book of Meme. Basically a meta meme. The meme of memes. And what do we have here? If we zoom in onto the 4 hour, and the reason I'm looking at this is like, I don't give a shit about any of these coins. I really don't care. But if these coins have dropped really hard, you do potentially open yourself up to some really nice trading opportunities. And that, to me, is what's way more interesting than anything else. And especially, you know, with free money that you could trade this stuff with, it's just, you know, it's very, very cool to be able to identify these. Book of Meme, very clearly down to a very good area of support right now. See, that's what I'm talking about, right? When you start paying attention on days like this, you'll start spotting things that are actually quite useful. I'm not even going to do this. I'm going to use the fixed range volume profile instead. I should be using the VPVR, but this is a little bit faster because of my presets. And there's a big spike here. The spike ends over here. So what I'm going to do is draw a box from that big spike to where the spike ends. And that, to me, is going to be the most critical zone of support on this chart. And we are in it right now. So I think if Book of Meme slips anywhere below 1 cent, 107, if it drops below 107, then it's kind of screwed up this opportunity. But anything above 107, and I think it's actually still looking really good. And I'm personally thinking that, yeah, this is a pretty decent buy zone. Failing that, yeah, you've got some more support, you know, that you could probably argue is like down here, right? So this starts at about 0087 down to about 0077. So that would be interesting. So yeah, definitely some potential longs here from that perspective. Let's see if the fib says anything about that. I'm just going to do a fib from this low up to the high that it set. Actually, I don't really trust that high. We'll do it up to that high. We'll do it up to this high over here. And we have actually lost the 6-month fib level. I don't know how liquid this chart is. That's why I'm not really trusting the fibs here, actually. We got a lot of questions for Pepe. Pepe is also down by a lot. It's down by 11%. Obviously, this stuff can't take you by surprise, right? I mean, the first coins that are going to get dumped are the stupid ones because, you know, when things get a little bit scary, people don't want to take excess risk. People don't want to be holding risk. I think that's a really big deal that I think a lot of people just literally don't even think about, which is silly, but, you know, once you hear it, it's actually very obvious. You know, and because of that, I think that's why we're starting to see these coins get dropped really hard, right? I mean, they're, you know, Pepe is down by, you know, from its high over here, which by the way was only like a week or so ago, a little bit more than a week ago, it's down by 35%. Like that's insanely big. You know, just since yesterday, it's down by 5%. Ethereum's down by like 5%, you know, by comparison, right? So maybe more since yesterday, but I mean, you know, it's very, very clear that these coins are getting dropped much faster. It's because they're meme coins, right? So you just got to keep that in mind. But Pepe did stop dropping at this previous resistance zone at 113,000. Am I reading that right? 1.1 million? I don't know. It's a weird number, but I'm not even going to read the numbers on this chart. You're just going to have to do this yourself. But yeah, we do have some support down here, which Pepe bounced off of. I think the best support Pepe has is still going to be down here. This was a very important top for Pepe throughout this year. So I would definitely be paying attention to that over here for our, you know, one of our leaders of the meme coin saga. Canada got a rate cut. Europe got a rate cut as well. So it looks like it might be starting of 0.25. Yeah, so I think it's just kind of eyes on the US right now to see when their rate cut will come. If it will come, because nothing's guaranteed, but of course it probably will come. Every other country is cutting rates at the moment. Fed's going to be right behind. Yeah, I think that's definitely reasonable. And that's the thing, is when you're in those transitionary periods, there is some evidence to suggest that markets get a little bit turbulent. I didn't even see this until a friend pointed it out to me, but it's actually bang on correct. Typically, transitionary periods for these rates are turbulent for the markets, even when they go down. You got our request for Cardano. Let's take a look at Cardano here. Just collapsed below this diagonal trend line. I don't really care about it too much. Fell down to 42 cents and now trading sideways. I mean, it's still at such an abysmally low level, isn't it? Let's look at this on the logarithmic so we can make more sense of this chart. I mean, this is a very good zone of support, and we just bounced off the very top of it. So, you know, that's okay. It can still drop quite a bit, and it's still going to have the support, so I think that's also great. Election year, it will come. Yeah, I agree, actually. I agree. In fact, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. But, yeah, that's where we're at. But, yeah, we've got Cardano here just kind of holding sideways. I think a lot of these coins are just kind of waiting to see what the bigger markets do. And I think that's kind of an important thing, right? I mean, the S&P 500 saw a very small pullback as well, roughly around the same time that Bitcoin did. So, you know, I mean, it's not really even a Bitcoin thing as far as I'm concerned. And that makes this a whole lot better, because at least for us, for our selfish, you know, aims for now, if Bitcoin is tied in with the S&P 500, and if Bitcoin is strong when the S&P 500 is, then that's good news, because the S&P 500 is generally very strong right now. You know, if we look at it on the weekly, right here, I mean, this is a brand new all-time high that we're at today, you know? So I think, you know, this is definitely a pretty good setup overall for crypto, even though there's been a small pullback here. Yeah, we don't want to see spam in the live chat. You're going in the naughty corner. Anyone that's spamming, gonna start enforcing the naughty corner on people. There we go. I'm also gonna ignore your comment, because it's not fair on the people who are nice, and that's horrible. I hate that, actually, because I'm a nice guy, and when people ruin stuff for me because other people are behaving badly, I don't like it either. So We're not going to do that today. We'll just put you in the naughty corner and ignore you instead. But it's okay. You're not getting blocked. You can come back and then just not spam again. I don't mind if you repeat your question. Just don't spam it. It's just not nice. Let's see what else we've got here in the live chat. I almost got liquidated on Cardano. Damn, sorry about that, dude. Don't get liquidated though. Keep your stop losses. You don't need to get liquidated. You don't need to get liquidated, ladies and gents. Let's see what else we've got here across the altcoins. If you are enjoying this stream so far, ladies and gents, do me a favor and smash up those likes as well. We got a request for Foxy. I also saw that as one of the biggest losers today. So let's look at that on which exchange will have the most price history. Maybe Mexi. Mexi right here. Foxy chart. You know, it's got support down here at 2.1 cents. 2.2 cents. We're still above it, so, you know, it's still kind of holding this sideways range that stretches a little bit like this. I think as long as it holds 2.2, it's good. If it doesn't, then, yeah, it might be in a bit of trouble. Take a quick look at Solana. Solana lost this particular price zone, but it does have pretty good support anyway. A little bit lower. It's got support down here at about 155. It's not the best support. I'm actually going to remove it, though. And we've got some pretty decent support here at about 140 as well. So yeah, I mean, there's just support for Solana all the way, to be honest. Take a quick look at render. And if we got more like macro questions or Bitcoin and stuff like that, let me know. I'm not just going to make this a live stream where I go through everyone's altcoin suggestions because they're largely the same. Render is definitely not the same though. So there was this big sideways trading range here, and we've ended up falling below it. So now you got a really, really ugly zone of resistance up ahead at this $10 price range. So if it does manage to get back up, maybe expect a bit of resistance there. I mean, could this be a fake out and you just get back above? Yes, but I wouldn't put my hopes in that direction because guess why? Can we say it in the live chat, ladies and gents? Why would I not expect it? What is one of the most common catchphrases on this YouTube channel? Can we say it in the live chat, ladies and gents? I just want to understand how predictable this has gotten. For those of you that are paying attention on these live streams, shout out to those of you that are. It is because this is a zone of resistance, and resistance is resistance. Okay, and so resistance is where you expect to find resistance, and that's why I think that this could be a problem. Yeah, we've got Arectus saying it is a zone of resistance. There we go. So yeah, quite simple, quite straightforward. It was serving as support, so naturally I would have to expect that it serves as resistance now. Resistance equals resistance. There we go. From those of you in the live chat pointing that out, shout out to you guys. There isn't much support below either. Yeah, I guess that's also a bit of a problem. It's got a messy chart. It's hard to say. I guess I like this $8.20 zone as potential support for render. I think more than that, I like this $7 area actually. I like the $7 area a hell of a lot more. So this would be that next zone of support that I see. This is like Bitcoin 60K level. Like it's the equivalent on this render chart. Definitely a bear trap from Weech Reviews in the live chat saying that this is a bear trap, which means that this person thinks that this is actually going to be potentially a pretty quick but definitely a strong recovery up. And anybody getting bearish right now is going to be in a very uncomfortable position. That's according to Weech. I think it's possible, but I don't think it's super likely. I don't want to scream bear trap right now. But I definitely think that, you know, these markets are going to recover. So that's how I feel about this. Apparently there was an Apple conference today. How did that go? Let me know. That's cool. Let's see what else we've got here on Blowfin in terms of the super interesting charts here. We've got Res down by 15%. Let's take a look at Res here on this stream. We'll look at again. Let's do Gate.io again, another exchange that maybe has a bit of price action. I don't know. Let's see Mexi maybe a bit more. Yeah, it looks like that was the start. And yeah, res has got a really nice zone of support. That this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, if you just look at these, like, you know, on Blowfin, once you sign up using this link below, if you just look at the markets tab up top here, I don't know if you can even see it, but you should be able to see it, and then you sort by change, you'll actually just easily spot opportunities. I mean, you know, collectively, I spent like a minute on this website, and I've already seen some pretty cool charts. This res chart right here, you know, fell down to a critical zone of support. I mean, an easy long, you know, I mean, it's quite easy to justify trading this. I mean, risk tolerance and so on is going to be very important, but if it meets your risk tolerance, it's a pretty, you know, reasonable one to stomach to go long off this level, and immediately off this level, that's a 5% profit, but that's before leverage, right? So with leverage, it could be even better. Would it be short-lived? I don't know. If you lose this zone, then you're probably actually going to have to expect resistance down here, and for the market to drop much lower, right? And that would probably mean Bitcoin dropping below 60K. I'm down towards 60K. It would mean Bitcoin losing 67 if we drop below this and got a bearish backtest. That's probably what I would expect. So there's a lot of money there as well, which is super, super cool. Again, you can access all of that with the links below, but you do, I can't stress this enough, whether it's Bybit, Blowfin, whatever, you will only get your exchange bonuses after you start trading. So you have to start trading first, and then they will give you the free money. They're not just going to give it to you if you don't put any effort in, but it's a very low amount of effort and you get paid quite well, so definitely worth it. I'm surprised ETH didn't drop down more after that huge jump on the ETF news. Yeah, I think Ethereum's held up pretty strong, actually. I think there's a lot of hope behind Ethereum right now, and that might actually be why Ethereum has held up quite well in this market. It might be, I don't know. I'm obviously just speculating, same as you guys, but I think people are actually very hopeful for Ethereum, and I think one of the reasons for that is because Ethereum is just known to be very strong. You know, like Bitcoin, like the other majors, but I think Ethereum has actually held up really well here. Yeah, it's actually held up better than Bitcoin, at least on the drop. I mean, Ethereum didn't get as high, but wow, look at that. Villa Senior in the live chat. Blowfin gave me a $1.2 thousand bonus. Definitely worth it. That is absolutely sick. So this guy followed the link to Blowfin in the description. Again, it is a no KYC exchange, and to find that these days is not easy. A lot of those exchanges are just not safe to keep your money on. And he got paid with a $1,200 cash bonus, which he is able to trade with. What have you done with your bonus, dude? We're very curious. Did you put it in a trade yet? Are you just sitting on it? I mean, that's a lot of free cash. You know, that's pretty decent money that you get for, you know, doing what you would have done anyway, just normally trading. So let me know in the live chat, what have you done with that? If you've done anything at all, or if you haven't done anything, why? That's super, super cool. But yeah, I think Ethereum holding up pretty well here. Hasn't actually left this range, but, you know, maybe hasn't pumped up as high either. Actually, it did, because it gained some dominance against Bitcoin. But yeah, super, super cool for Ethereum here. Definitely holding this price level really well. How do we feel about Ethereum in the live chat, ladies and gents? Let me know. Would be curious to know what your thoughts are of Ethereum in the live chat. Do we think it's going to do well? Do you think it's tied to Bitcoin? Do you think it's actually a little bit bearish? Curious to know what you guys are thinking. Is it free leverage? Yeah, it's all free. You will pay a fee, but the fee will come out of your trade. And that's how it works on all exchanges. It's it's pretty easy that way. Oleg is long on Ethereum. Nicola bullish long term. Luke is tied 50-50 bullish and bearish. R Hamza, Ethereum is strong bullish. So yeah, I think generally a very bullish set of answers from you guys in the live chat. I'm bullish on Ethereum long term for sure. Yeah, I'm more bullish on Ethereum than I am on Bitcoin long term, at least long-ish term. The dip is what we needed to go to 80K. I agree. And the bigger the dip, the better it's going to be. And the thing is and I said this before, but, you know, I mean, now the fact that we've actually consolidated for so long, You know, I think this actually puts Bitcoin in a really strong position now to just blast through that all-time high, right? If and when the time comes, I just think just fucking flying. I think that's what we're gonna see. It's just flying up like a spaceship. More than that, like a Tesla spaceship, well, that's called SpaceX, but like an electric, you know, like the electric cars, they just zoom off. They have the crazy torque. It's gonna be like that. Bitcoin's just gonna fly. That's what I see. You know, now that we've consolidated for so long, and it's exactly the same thing as, you know, this previous zone right here. I mean, this was that same kind of spaceship energy here where we just skyrocket higher and then we just consolidate upwards, you know, because the market is so damn bullish, and then we explode upwards again. That's probably what I would expect here, and, you know, that would be potentially 80, 90k. Nikhil in the live chat thinks that this is hopium. Why do you think this is hopium, sir? Why do you think this is hopium? I'd be curious to know, because that is one thing we don't do on this channel, so please substantiate your comment. I'd love to engage with that a little bit, and see why this is hopium. That's one thing you'll never find on this channel. We don't deal hopium here, ladies and gents. Smash up the likes for that. We don't do hopium on this channel, ladies and gents. If you appreciate it, make sure you are subscribed. Like I was saying a little bit earlier on, you are watching this live stream today. That's fantastic. But if you're not subscribed, you're gonna miss the next one. As soon as this dump happened, it was 10 minutes and I went live. You don't want to miss it the next time that happens, but you probably will if you're not subscribed, if you don't have that bell icon checked. Does Bybit require KYC? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But it's also the single best exchange in the game, so it's definitely worth doing. BingX also requires KYC, I think, as of this month. But they're giving you huge bonuses if you do the KYC, so it's actually really worth doing it. If you do submit your KYC, all exchanges are moving in that direction. That's the thing. But BingX is giving you huge incentives to do it, so definitely consider it. You'll get, I can't remember the exact details, but it's very much worth it. I mean, they really want you to do it. I've spoken to the team as well. It's how do I get the bonus on Blowfin? Just sign up, dude. Sign up using the link and get trading, and you'll get it. That's it. It's that simple. Here's a look at what you're gonna get. You can just pause the screen here, or actually just follow the link. It'll take you to the same thing. Is the Bybit and BingX bonus guaranteed? Yeah, of course. If any of you are struggling to get your bonus or haven't gotten it or something, then just contact me, and I will sort it out for you. You got my direct contact link right here. I have direct links with all of these exchanges. I know good staff members at these exchanges. I know good senior level staff members. Just contact me and I'll sort it out for you. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but whenever it has happened, we've sorted out those problems straight away. So you got nothing to worry about. Darren can't use Bybit in the UK. Yes, sir. All of these exchanges are banned in the UK. If you're UK, USA, stuff like that, your country knows better for you, and they make decisions for you because you're not an adult. So, sorry, dude. I left the UK partly because of stuff like that. Yeah, you gotta obviously always abide by your local laws and regulations. Because yeah, you gotta follow the law. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as Edward said, Bybit is legal. Yeah, but Bybit's super safe, I think. I mean, I'm heavily biased. I've been personally using Bybit as my main exchange for like, it's got to be like 5-6 years now. But I mean, I'm very, very happy with it, you know, and I'm not looking to change it as my main exchange anytime soon. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, guys, just keep in mind your local regulations, because you definitely don't want to accidentally trade on an exchange where it's illegal in your country. That would not be good. Don't do that. What else have we got here? Let's see some of these other coins. ARB is down by quite a bit. Yeah, I think it's the same kind of picture, isn't it, really, across the board? Link fell down to that level I was talking about in my last video, and it's already bounced off. Wow. Yeah, it's a 4% bounce off that price level. Where would that stop loss be? Probably around over here. It's fine. It's a very wide stop. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't put easy stops on these charts. Connor's asking for Phantom. I've actually already gone through Phantom, so just rewind the video. Basically, I said it's a bad chart. And I think the support could be at about 56 cents. Yeah, that's what I see there. Ladies and gents, I'm probably going to be wrapping this one up relatively soon. If you have enjoyed it, do me a favor and smash up those likes one more time. We're so close to 500. We're so close. We just need another 60 likes, and we've hit 500 likes. So that is absolutely sick. Thank you all very, very much. And of course, thank you to those of you that have subscribed as well. Definitely make sure that you do so you don't miss out on this content. If we got any other questions, definitely let me know and I will go through them. Yeah, let's pump up those likes though. We only need 50 more and we are at 500. I can't leave this live stream until we get to 500. That just wouldn't be right. That just wouldn't be right. Not a mere crash, a mere flesh wound. Dude, this isn't even a flesh wound. This is like, I was gonna say paper cut. It's not even a paper cut, dude. This is like a very, 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 very mild rope burn. That's what this is. It's just nothing. So how much do I personally earn from these referrals and bonuses? I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I'm certainly not ashamed of the subject, so I will directly answer your question as best that I can. And the exchanges will pay either commissions or retainers, or they will, you know what my favorite thing is that exchanges will do? Is they'll sometimes give me the pretty girl treatment and like fly me out business class to like Monaco or Abu Dhabi or whatever. I mean, I don't need to fly to Abu Dhabi. I live in Dubai, so I'll just drive in my own car. But they'd put us in a hotel and they'd give us like tickets to shit. I mean, they give us like princess treatment because they want us to be happy, and then, you know, we'll talk about exchanges. Obviously, you know, I've got to like the exchange first. But a lot of the exchanges are competent, and especially the ones that I've talked about. I only made one mistake with an exchange. It's Deepcoin. I told you guys about it. I was working with Deepcoin briefly, and it wasn't even a mistake. It all turned out fine. But there was a brief moment where I was worried about Deepcoin, and I moved my money off it, and I told you guys. But it turned out to be okay, and there was no drama there, so that's good. But and that was, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months ago that happened. I still don't use Deepcoin personally. I just had a bad experience with them. But yeah, that's it, dude. I mean, you know, they want your business and they reach out to people that are, you know, YouTubers or whatever to get it. Yeah, I mean, you don't lose anything. You get a lot of benefits for it. Helps the channel out. I got, you know, in order to give you guys what I give you guys, you know, I've got a team and stuff like that. There is an operation here. Darren mentioned some give discounts on fees and stuff like that. Absolutely, there's a lot. There's a lot of different ways, but my favorite is the princess treatment for sure. I like the you know, they'll give you champagne and shit. It's fun, you know, because like I don't know, I never had that before. You know, like if I'm ever doing something, I'm paying for it. But hey, you guys know how it is, right? Most of us are men, and even the women here in this live stream, probably the same. You know, we're all having to work for whatever we're given, whatever we have. But it's so, you know, so it's just cool when someone's like, yeah, pack your bags, you're going to Monaco for F1, and all you have to do is smile for the camera a little bit. You don't even have to do it. You don't have to do anything, you know, but because they're so good to you, you just want to, you know, you just want to do whatever you can. And obviously, you know, keeping integrity, it's not that hard, you know, it's really not that hard. The reason I liked Bybit so much for so long is because they're genuinely the best in the game, and I knew that before I even started to work with them. But they're also just cool fucking people. They got a cool team. I've sat with the founder face to face many times in his office, on a yacht here in Dubai. You know, I mean, it's sick, mate. Like he's a fucking sick cunt, and You know, and so it's a good intersection, you know. It's a good intersection of a lot of different things tying together. Let's look at this price action here. It looks like things have just kind of picked up a little bit. I said that we might dump, but we've actually started to move up, so that's cool too. None of this price action means anything though to me, so I'm not too worried about it. Why do I not promote Binance? I don't like Binance. I had a really shit experience with Binance. It's a disgusting exchange in my experience. I know that they've got very good tech and that they're probably a very safe exchange, but I don't like Binance. I haven't liked them for years. I had a very, very, very bad experience with them. So yeah, I'm just not about that. You're very skeptical, Relatopia. But any questions you have, dude, I'm here. I'm here, man. But yeah, you're not gonna find the kind of malicious intent that you're looking for on this channel, at least. Yeah, it's definitely out there. It's fucking everywhere, especially on YouTube. But it ain't here, mate. You can ask anything you like, but it's not here. Yeah, I think that's why we do so well. You know, I'm just a normal guy that is maybe a little bit too honest for his own good. And maybe that's why my channel isn't as big as it could be. You know, but you guys like it and I like it, so I'm happy with it. Yeah. Sammy, love your honest answer. Enjoy your honesty and you deserve your nice life in Dubai. Edward, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, dude. Would you love to move in another country? Which one? I'm not sure, dude. I'm not sure. There's a lot of cool countries in the world. There's a lot of very, very cool countries in the world. But I tell you what, there's no country that'll ever be home other than the UK. And I'm not in the UK anymore. But I would like to return one day if the country fixes itself. But until then, Dubai is in an uptrend. It keeps getting better and better and better. And that's sick, yeah. And that's really, really good. Dubai's never been better. It keeps getting better. There's no place on the planet that I think it's reasonable to be more bullish on, because I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, let's say USA, UK, these big countries, let's say these countries are Bitcoin. That makes Dubai Solana. Yeah, Dubai is like, it's new-ish, not that new, so you can trust it. It's got time behind it. It's very well established. It's proven. Everybody loves it. It's making everybody money. It's not a meme coin, yeah? It's not like some shitty country that no one's... There's no shitty country, but you know what I mean. It's not some little country that no one's heard of that's just on the map. You know, so what I'm saying is it's not got that, like, 10 million X potential, which, you know, some random country that no one's heard of does have, you know, because there is going to be some random country that no one's heard of which is going to just come up and blow up, probably in our lifetimes or whatever. That's obviously going to happen. So Dubai doesn't have that potential anymore. Dubai is already, you know, to some extent matured. But it's got so much more potential. It's like Solana. It's like seeing Ethereum a couple of years ago. You know, like obviously a super safe bet, but way more upside to go. I've lived in Dubai for 20 years. It doesn't feel like home. They don't give you citizenship. It's only good for business and networking. Well, I don't care about citizenship. Most people don't in Dubai that I've met. I don't know why you would feel entitled to Emirati citizenship, not your country. So, you know, I think I've always been confused about that argument. Like, oh, they don't give you citizenship. Who cares? Like, you know, you can keep renewing your visa. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, you don't just, I guess you do, but I think it's a little bit weird that you could just go to a country and start expecting citizenship, and you know, it's not your country. But you know, you get what you get out of it. You know, you make your money and you go, or you make your money and you stay. You know, different people are gonna behave differently. But yeah, I think that's my piece on it. I made my money online, I earn in dollars and can easily spend it where it's worth more. Yeah, I mean, that's also a cool thing too, for sure. Um, yeah. You can get citizenship through investment in Dubai. No, no, you can't. There's very little ways to get citizenship as far as I know. I'm sure. I'm sure there's some like proven paths that are like legitimate that are public, but like publicly known. But I don't. I don't really know. 100% sure the person asking for citizenship is from Palestine. Dude, even then, I mean, I know you're joking, but, and first of all, a bit of an out of order joke, but, you know, whatever. Um, I've got Palestinian friends as well. You know, one of my closest friends in Dubai is Palestinian, and, he's not eager for citizenship. You know, he understands too. It's their country, dude. But, yeah, I mean, you don't need it. Just keep renewing your visa. I mean, they're making it easy to get even 10-year visas in this country. Now they've got like the blue 10-year visa program. You know, like I can't remember, but like it's very achievable for people who have a bit of money or have a degree or something. You know, like it's not just a money thing. The top best points of living in Dubai. Wow, where do I start? You've got safety. There's car culture here. Although I don't like actually driving. I think driving and stuff like that is much better in other places like Europe. I have a fairly decent passport. That's it then. You know, I mean, you don't need to get the Dubai passport, the UAE passport. What else you got here? I mean, yeah, money is everywhere. Fucking hell, it's like insanely wealthy over here. If you want to make money, you're in the right place. You know, it's a Muslim culture. I don't know where you guys are in the world based off your beliefs and stuff like that, but even if you're not Muslim, just being in a Muslim culture is really nice. And as far as Muslim culture goes, it's very Western, and that just makes it quite easy to live here and integrate here and, you know, not worry about your children turning gay just for the sake of it, you know, and crazy shit like that. That doesn't happen out here. You know, your kids are not going to be taught how to chop their dick off just because it's trendy in this decade. That doesn't happen. Yeah, you know, there's a lot. I think weather as well. Yeah, there's downsides too. I mean, Dubai's getting expensive. Weather gets very hot. It's very hot now. It's humid as well. But I say it's like a UK summer, you know, like in a UK winter, sorry. You know, in a UK winter, it's shit. You know, you can't go outside. You don't want to go outside. At least in summer, you can't really go outside here, but you at least have a sunny sky, a blue sky, and that's nice. Yeah, and of course it's tax-free. How could I forget? It's tax-free. Yeah. It's tax-free over here, so that's a nice cherry on top. It's a good life, man. It's a good life out here. It's not for everybody, but it's a good life. The Crypto Sparky is saying it's safe here in America. Hang on, I gotta read this. This is a funny comment. It's safe here in America too. Lots of guns, plenty of ammo. I'm stocked up on both. Safety is my middle name. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can make America what it is, but, you know, not everybody wants to go down that route. I'll tell you what convinced me to move to Dubai, yeah? I remember this. Back when I was living in the UK, I came here for a vacation. We have some family here. I came here for vacation, and I was walking out on a residential with my mum. This is out around Sakim area, those of you that are here in Dubai. And Sakim is, how do I say, it's like, it's a beachside area. It's a beachside, like, area of Dubai. It's a nice area. It's relatively affluent. And, yeah, we were just out there. And we were, but it doesn't matter whether it's affluent or not. It's generally the same in terms of safety. And it was 3 a.m. We were walking on the street. And bear in mind, it's my mum, yeah? I mean, you know, obviously, you have some degree of, needing to take care of your mum, obviously. Even though I was younger, I was like 16, 17 back then. I can't remember, but maybe older. And we're walking on the street, and then my mom's like, yeah, I'm going home. And I was like, well, I don't want to go home. I'm going to stay out for a bit longer. So we're walking this way, and then I go that way, and she goes that way, and then we just walk. And we walk apart from each other. It's 3 a.m. We're on a residential. It's fucking dead quiet. There's no cars. There's no people. and then that's it. We're just walking in our separate directions, and I was like, fine with it. I didn't even think about it. And then a few minutes go by, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Where's my mom? I can't leave her alone. It's nighttime. I started panicking. I was like, what is going on? I started to get really scared. Like, how did this happen? Where is she? Is everything okay? And then I was like, wait, I'm in Dubai. I don't need to worry about that. And I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Like, how can you, like, that's so cool, like that life can be like that. And then I can't remember if it was when I moved here or before, but on another occasion I went to the beach, and this was at midnight, and I saw like 6 girls, very young. We're talking like 10 years old, somewhere between like 6 to 10 years. I don't know. I'm not good at ages for young kids. I'm not good at ages for anybody, but I'm guessing they were between 6 and 10 years old, and there were like 6 of them, and they were just on the beach alone. There were no adults, nobody supervising them, not even like an older teenager that was responsible for them. They were just out on their own. Maybe there was somewhere, but I didn't see them. And again, I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. Like, this is just asking for trouble. But again, I was like, oh, wait, no, we're in Dubai. Like, you can just go out, and so we come back to, the guy talking about lots of guns in America being safe. Like, yeah, you can make it safe for you in that way, but you're never, ever gonna let your 6-year-old daughter walk out on the beach alone in the United States. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's just not happening. That's what it was like a couple of decades ago in the UK. That's it, Darren. It was like that a couple of decades ago in a lot of places across the world, but it's not now, and it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. Bandar from Saudi saying UAE makes us proud. Shout out to my GCC bros and broettes sisters in the live stream today. That's so normal that's normal in many countries, dude. Yeah, well, I don't know what countries you're talking for, Alex, but I've been to a lot of countries in the world, and it ain't normal in most of them. You just, I'm talking 6 young girls with no adults around. Come on, get out of here, man. That's not normal. On the beach alone at midnight. Come on, man. Get real, dude. That's not normal. That is not normal. Korea, Japan, Scandinavia. Okay, yeah, you made some good points. Yeah. Korea, Japan, Scandinavia. I don't know about Scandinavia so much, but I can see Korea and Japan fitting that bill. But yeah, no, fair enough. But they're not very Western, are they? Other than Scandinavia, Scandinavia is very Western. I mean, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I think the UK has a chance. There's a general election now. I hate Nigel Farage. He's a fucking liar. He's a disgusting, disgusting politician. But I do think he's the best option that the UK has. I don't know. He's a horrible liar because of what he did with Brexit. But I do think he's the UK's best option, and I don't think Trump's going to solve anything for America. He already had a term. He didn't really do much. So, and Biden's Biden. So I don't think the US has any hope for the next 4 years. But the UK maybe has a chance at turning something around. Yeah, UK is no different in terms of safety. Yeah, you're right, dude. You're right. Yeah, Switzerland's great. Switzerland's really, really cool. I mean, like, Trump is obviously the better pick over Biden, but he's still not a good pick. Like, he's still... Trump might surprise us this time around. Dude, that's like a hell of a claim to make. I mean, that Trump might surprise you. Like, I don't think so, dude. You can't just bank on that. Like, if you've got, the man of the family that leaves you guys and gets, and is drunk and defects from the family, and he comes back and he's like, I don't know, maybe he'll surprise us this time. Like, no, man, you don't. Obviously, it's not a realistic comparison, but you get my point, right? When someone has a chance, they've had their chance. That's it. That's the way I see it, especially for president of the U.S. I mean, that's like the most important job in the whole world, potentially. He knows how the machine works now. Yeah, possible. I think you're talking about Nigel Farage. He says he supports crypto, but they're all liars. I think they're just saying they support crypto for votes, mate. They don't even understand crypto, these guys. They don't even understand crypto. Nigel Farage has a fucking beer in his hand every time he has a chance at midday in the afternoon. I mean, yeah, fair enough. That's a British thing to do, but not for a prime minister, mate. Like, he's just as clueless. He really is. As far as from what I can see, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong because I do think he's the best chance the UK has. But, I mean, you just don't want to see that in your prime minister, do you? When you're running for election, it's relatable. I tell you what, that's what it is. It's relatable. It feels comfortable to see it. But I don't know. Yeah, he's better than the rest though. Everything is said for votes. Exactly. That's the thing. It's all marketing, isn't it? It's all marketing. Yeah. Greg is from Boston, USA, and Trump would be the worst thing for us. Why would Trump be bad for you in Boston? What's Trump going to do to Boston? I'm curious. I mean, you're still going to be a blue state, aren't you? Why would, it almost it doesn't even matter who's president, to be honest. Because your state is still going to be whatever color it was before, unless you're in Florida or something. The world needs a strong, reliable USA. Of course. 100%. 100%. But the world didn't get it for a really long time, and now everyone's turning their back on America. That's what it is. Eventually, the world's not just going to wait for you to get your shit together. They're just going to be like, all right, BRICS. Fuck off then. BRICS. That's what happened. That's what happened, dude. Of course, we want to see it, but it's not happening in the next 4 years. I don't think so. I would hope so. I mean, for the good of your country, mate. I hope so. I hope all these countries pull it together, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, guys, if we got any final questions about crypto, drop them in the live chat. I don't want to keep talking politics. It's not me. Who am I to talk about it? I'm an idiot. U.S. economy numbers aren't bad at all. Inflation is still high, but it's significantly lower than it was this time last year. The problem is companies aren't lowering prices back to where they were. Well, Ivy, if inflation numbers aren't high, that means the inflation has happened and it's not continuing to increase. So that's why the prices aren't going back down. It doesn't mean inflation reverses. But to when will this pullback last? I mean, hopefully it's quicker, but I really can't say that. That's a difficult question. But I think, if the S&P 500 is anything to go off, I wouldn't expect this market to be too bearish come next week, Monday. Yeah, I agree with you, Darren. I'm not even going to read your comment out loud. I don't want to run into problems on this channel, but yeah. Let me know, guys, if you have any final questions for this live stream. Otherwise, I'm going to be wrapping this one up. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Once more, if you haven't already, definitely make sure you do smash through those likes. We've already actually hit 500 likes, so thank you all very much for that. And also just double check that you are subscribed. Super time sensitive content. I think we gained 100 subscribers in this live stream, which is sick. So thank you very much. Pretty big number for this channel, I think. Yeah, so that's cool. Penny Boost, sorry about that, dude. Yeah, just rewind, man. It was a good chill stream. Just rewind. Do I think 66k is in play? I mean, I think it's 67, and I think if we lose... I didn't even say this. Hang on, sorry. I should have said this earlier, but if we do lose 67k, then I think, yeah, the next support is going to be at about 64, 63, and if we lose that, it's 60, and if we lose that, it's probably 52 for me. That's what I would expect. And below 52, it's 44, and below that, it's 48, and then 44, and then 30. Those are the levels. Pretty nicely summarized. But yeah, I'm going to be calling it a stream there. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed it, you know what to do. Check out the beautiful exchanges linked below. Be mindful of your local regulations. If you're in a country which banned them, then don't use them. You have to abide by your laws. But if you are allowed to use them, then check it out. Blowfin is brilliant. And Bybit remains the best in the game. So check them both out, linked at the very top. And I will see you all in the very next video / live stream. So take it easy. Feel nice to have good discussions. Yeah, you're very welcome, sir. Very, very welcome. Thanks for the live stream. You're welcome. Take it easy, guys. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in.